watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today we're going to be looking at a Spyderco knife, modern knife, in the premium line of reviews. Let's take a quick look at the box, the packaging here. We have a Spyderco logo there with Spyderco trademark round hole, reliable high performance, refined ergonomics, and superior blade steel. This is an American-made Spyderco. We're looking at model number C81 GPC MOBK2. This is the Paramilitary 2 with the camouflaged scales and the black blade. And inside the box you get this nice little sticker here with the Spyderco logo, crafted for life, Golden, Colorado, USA Earth, and also product information and warranty guide. But a pretty basic package, nothing particularly special about the presentation there. Here's the knife we're going to be looking at today. Closed length of the Paramilitary 2 is 4 3/4 inches, so pretty decent size handle there. This is not a small knife. You get G10 scales, this one in the digital camo, a lanyard hole. You have 4 positions for the pocket clip, as you can see here, and there's a good look at the shape of that pocket clip. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You have T10 hardware at the pivot and T8 on both the lock bar and the barrel spacer, and you get about a 3/8 inch wide lanyard tube there, so should fit quite a bit of different kind of paracord. 3 screws holding on the clip, and then you get the compression lock on the back here. Now if you want to see how that works, it's basically like a upside down liner lock, but a little more advanced than that. It actually is a more advanced design and does a better job of locking up the knife. But you just release it much like a liner lock, press the back, and it just folds shut. So what else? We have, these scales are actually molded so that they surround the liners inside, and they're stainless liners that are skeletonized to kind of give it a reduced weight. Again, you get that barrel spacer there, and then the lanyard tube actually has 2 recessed cutouts for the scales and then a sticker in the middle, so acts much like a spacer at the end there. And again, you get the lock bar there at the top, and we have that tried and true hole for the thumb opening or the spider flick opening that Spyderco is so well known for. And on this particular knife, I got the flat ground blade, and it is the S45VN blade steel on this one. And again, you can see that black coating. There's a look at the blade grind there. There's your Spyderco logo. It says Spyderco CPM S45VN on this side. On this side has Golden, Colorado, USA Earth, in case you think you're on Uranus. And got 2 more little logos there, I assume is some of the designer's logos or something to that effect. But basically you have a blade that is unique to itself, flat ground all the way top to bottom. There's a look at the blade stock there. As you can see, it tapers out pretty good towards the tip, but it is a pretty beefy blade. But the edge behind the width behind the blade is pretty narrow, and you can get a very slicey style blade. And with nothing to stop with that flat grind, you can really cut through some thick material without it ever hanging up. If you're cutting a potato or I don't know, even a pumpkin or something, you're never going to have to worry about the blade having to stop. So very nice slicey style blade, and I can see it being used for a lot of different things. I also like the blade shape, being that it's much like a a spear point blade with just sort of the top position of the blade missing. The bottom half of the blade is much like a spear point for us traditional guys that they kind of know the blade shape there. It's rounds off in a very similar fashion. But overall, the knife is pretty large and got about an 8 1/4 inch total length. You know, like I said before, you had the handle, and it's about 4 3/4 inches. Now the blade itself to the tang, just right at 3 1/2, and then you got a cutting edge about just shy of 3 1/4, maybe 3 1/8. But with the radius on there, you actually do get more cutting edge than the straight line would indicate. But again, the compression lock is easy to release. You don't have a left-handed here, and they do make left-handed paramilitary tools, but I prefer just to keep it normal with the right-handed knives. I'm not much of a left-handed knife user, even though I'm a left-handed person. But you can see that's not a difficult knife to operate for me. These scales make the close very simple because they've got quite a bit of grip. It's difficult to see the pattern in it, possibly. It's difficult for me to know whether that's showing up on camera or not, but there is just if you can kind of get a sense for how much grip that is on my thumb as I press into it. Just a very grippy scale, and these G10 scales are just really nice. But I kind of went with this black and camo version as a nod to kind of the paramilitary theme. I don't know that it's necessarily has to be a military knife. It's definitely a very durable one, and one that you would kind of use in a life-threatening situation, sure. So, okay, paramilitary. But I like that the scales are recessed inside there, and then keeps the blade or the handle nice and thin. It's very comfortable to use. Very easy to operate. Get the jimping at the top if you want to choke up there. It's a little bit aggressive for my taste. Maybe could have made that a little less abrasive on the hand there. But you get the nice ramping up there at the front of the top of the blade there. And then on the bottom as well, you get the finger choil, right? And it has its own jimping at the bottom, much the same as the top. And then if you just want to use it in a normal standard position, you have that finger guard, that curve there. But it's just a very comfortable knife. The ergonomics are very nice, like they say on the box here. Can't really argue with any of the statements here. It's got the trademark round hole, sure, and it's reliable, and it's got refined ergonomics, and certainly that blade steel is a very nice stainless. Now, you wouldn't need the black coat on the blade. I just prefer it as a sort of a tactical folder, you know. The black blade appeals to me. It's much more military-like. You know, if you're doing any kind of a military-style effort, you know, you don't necessarily want a shiny blade blinging around. So I guess just for trying to stay low-key, that makes a lot more sense to me, having a dark blade like that. But yeah, I just really fond of the knife. I think maybe my only complaint is the clip's a little weird. I do like that it's recessed down here. As a lefty, I appreciate that, and I'll show you why. When I go to grip the knife, you don't have that deep pocket carry clip like you would all the way to the edge there, and those are pretty uncomfortable for left-handed users. So I like that last part of the clip kind of goes back down towards the handle. But the shape of it overall is a little weird. Maybe could have been improved on, a little more refined, but other than that, I don't really have too much of a complaint with it. It's a clip. I mean, you know, how much different can it really be from one to the next, as long as it holds onto your pocket? Then it'll work. So not too much to complain about there. But I guess really for an EDC carry, maybe it is a little bigger than most would like, but being a Spyderco, being it's American made, the durability you could definitely use it EDC, no problem. And this knife will probably outlast every one of us. It's just super durable, very well made, and definitely can't complain about the ruggedness of it. The action's really nice. I've cleaned this one up personally. Did a little bit of refinement to the washers. Comes with the phosphorus bronze washers, and I gave them a little bit of a polish, and the action on this thing's just fantastic now. I mean, I can't imagine it being any better. You can hear it lock up really well, just the ease of that motion there. I do not really understand why they won't warranty a knife that's been taken apart. I guess that would be my one complaint with Spyderco. They're kind of particular about that. I even bought scales to put on here. Now, I ended up hating these scales because they're way too smooth, and I preferred to have the grip. These are some Flytanium jade scales. If you're left-handed, you probably don't want to go with these. The reason being, you open the knife, you use the compression lock, it slides out of your hand here. You don't have the grip there that you would have with these stock scales. So if you're left-handed, probably want to stay away from any kind of smooth scale for this knife. But yeah, the blade steel is great. You can take a look at just the ridiculous cutting edge on it. I mean, it has no problems getting through paper. It just slices them like they're butter. I mean, it's just a super sharp knife right out of the box. American made, high quality knife. It's just, you kind of getting what you pay for here, honestly. Rugged knife, built to last. High quality stainless steel, not gonna rust on you. Made in America. So that's kind of what you're paying for. You know, the brand name, you're paying for the brand name, you're paying for the American made, and you're paying for the blade steel. But all in all, at the end of the day, you are getting, you know, a quality knife. It's not just a bunch of hype and then, you know, not fulfilling the requirements of the user. You're getting a quality knife. So that's really going to do it for my review, guys. It's pretty straightforward. My only thing is just it might be a little big for an EDC, but if you're one of those guys that want to be prepared for anything all the time, then you get used to carrying it, and it can be your EDC. But you know, for me, it's not going to be an everyday carry. It's just a bit large. And while I do appreciate the larger size handle, you know, because you never have to worry about not being able to get a full grip on it. Definitely with that size handle, the blade to handle ratio is maybe a little off, and you don't get maybe as much blade as you get in a smaller package. So I don't feel like I need to carry a larger handle knife with a blade that's this size. I mean, you could probably get away with a little more compact knife. But I mean, if I was in a life-threatening situation, this would be certainly a top choice that I'd reach for. And if the boogeyman was after me, I'd want to have a paramilitary too beside me. But until the apocalypse arrives, I don't know. I just enjoy having this knife. Not necessarily going to be my EDC. But there you have it, guys. I really appreciate you watching my modern reviews. I know this is kind of a change for you guys, but it's kind of how it goes. You're going to review all styles of knives, and one's even out of my comfort zone. And this is kind of one of those knives. But $185 is what I paid for it. And you can get it at Knife Center. That's where I bought mine. And I don't recommend the scales. Just stay away from them. They're $45 and they are not worth it. So, sorry Flytanium, I just don't like your product. Now, there might be some other scales that have better grip, but these are not one of them. But there you go, guys. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, camo, black blade, sorry. And really like their product. Expensive? Yes. Worth it? Maybe. But definitely well built. That's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the review. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. And do take care. bye.